There's a problem going on in Nagaland between the Nagas and the Kukis right now. Can you please analyze it for us? And SKR says the way things are going, I think soon I will need to say good evening from Impal Kuki land. So I'm not sure if the media is reporting much about what's happening in Manipur, Nagaland, that area. What we are seeing here is what we are seeing, is what's happening. So the core issue is that this region of the far eastern region of India, the Manipur Nagaland region, it's on the border between India and Burma. I mean, let's take a look at the map. To the east, we have Burma, Manipur and Nagaland both. And in this part of Burma, there's a group of, there's this group of tribals, various tribal ethnicities who collectively have been given the name Kukis by the British, and who are not Indian, who are not even Burmese, and they have infiltrated in very large numbers in large areas of Manipur and so on, and the British brought them into India as a punishment for the Manipuri kings who fought against the British, the Meitei Hindu kings. And in 1900, the number of Kukis in Manipur was like measly. But today it's lakhs and lakhs. In the past 10 or so years, 10, 15, 20 years, several lakhs have infiltrated across the open border into Manipur. And they have taken over very large parts of Manipuri territory. These are all foreigners. But the moment they come into India, they acquire documents. And they say that we have been here forever, then we are the original inhabitants. The Meiteis are outsiders. That's sort of nonsense they say. The Nagas are also an indigenous ethnic group in the region. The Meiteis and the Nagas are the indigenous people of Manipur and Nagaland. The Kukis are foreigners. In the 1990s, the Kukis went to war against the Nagas. And the Kukis were given shelter for some reason by the Meiteis just to calm things down. Yeah. And now, 2023 onwards, the Kukis have gone to war against the Meiteis, and they've done horrific atrocities, absolute terrorism. And now that the Meiteis have been subdued with the help possibly of the Indian government, who has disarmed them. See, in the northeast of India, the far east of India, from the 1950s onwards, every state had multiple insurgencies. The government of India gave horrific stepmotherly treatment to all these states. So everybody wanted to be out of India, and everybody went insurgent in every state, whether it is Mizoram, whether it is Nagaland, whether it is Assam, whether it is Manipur, whether it is whatever the state, you had multiple insurgencies and multiple ethnic groups. So Manipur also had multiple ethnic groups. So the Meitei ethnic groups have been disarmed now, mostly by the government of India. But the Kukis are fully armed, and now they're going to war against the Nagas. The Kukis will not stop until they have taken everything over. So now that the Meiteis have been confined to this little part of Manipur, now the Kukis are going after the Nagas. That's what's happening right now. I'm not sure if the media is covering this. So it looks like Kuki land for Christ is happening. And see, it's not a religious issue. The Nagas are themselves now all mostly converted to Christianity. The Kukis claim to be Christian. Sometimes they claim to be Jews, even though they eat pork. But now they're going to war against the Nagas. I suppose from the government of India's perspective, this may serve some kind of geopolitical interest. I'm not sure what the interests are. I fail to see it, but maybe there is some, master stroke calculation somewhere, perhaps. So that's what's happening. So the Kukis are now going to war against the Nagas, Christian on Christian. So it looks like Kuki land has already happened. You see the visuals coming out on social media in places like Churachandpur. You have these big mobs of Kuki terrorists armed with automatic rifles who are shouting and screaming and jumping and dancing and playing music and fighting each other, and setting in other parts of Manipur, setting fire to the houses of various Naga people, Naga villages. So it looks like Kuki land has already happened. It's a de facto separate administration, de facto separate country. You don't see any Indian armed forces or Indian government officials anywhere in these videos. So Cookie Land for Christ has happened. I would not say that India has full sovereignty or Manipur anymore. That's the situation.